lot of dungeon masters don't actually know what their players want. And I'll go a step further and say a lot of players don't even know what they actually want. This is easily going to end up being one of my most controversial videos, and it's just an opinion, so please don't flay me. Now, when I say the players don't even know what they want, there are two main areas that I'm talking about. Railroading versus sandboxes, and the lethality of the game, or PC death. On that first one, if you look at a lot of D&D discourse, railroading is anathema. People use it like a dirty word, or an insult. And now this isn't me here saying railroading is amazing, but in my experience, a lot more players actually prefer games that are slightly on rails than are totally open sandboxes. And again, this is despite even some of those same players voicing the opinion that they prefer sandboxes over railroads, but when put in a sandbox, miss the rails. So that's the type of thing when I say even players don't necessarily know what they want. And then on the second topic of the lethality of the game, again, looking at online D&D discourse, PC death is not that common. And DMs who run games where PC death is more frequent are frequently vilified. And there are countless videos and posts of players insisting that they would never play in a game where PC death was even remotely on the table. And there are countless videos and posts of DMs giving advice as to how to have consequences in games where PC death is off the table. And so it's easy to think that players seem to want games where the PCs will always win, will always live, will face no significant challenges. But again, in practice, this isn't the case. I think that a lot of players think that they want that. And a lot of DMs think that that is what their players want. But players and DMs alike, we want a good, memorable story. And yeah, that can absolutely be achieved in a game where there is no significant threat to the PCs, there is no PC death, but it can also be achieved in games where it is more fatal. Now again, these observations aren't universal. This isn't everyone. Not everyone thinks one way or the other. Mostly, this is my attempt to speak to DMs and players and say, be open to types of stories that you might not think you like. You might think you want a sandbox, you might think you don't want any PC deaths to be possible, but sometimes give it the chance. You might end up loving the experience more than you ever thought.